And start. It's evening after another day at school, alright? One of the last days before final exam. They start this week. Wow. I only have so much time left to prepare. I should stop worrying about this for now though. Why? Right now I'm sitting in the park. Chilling. Having a great time. But the exams. Am I still gonna be able to come here? At least once in the next 2 months? I really need to stop thinking about the exams. No, you need to think more about the exams. Exams are your life, bruh. What are you, not Asian? Just enjoy the nature. Heading back home. First thing I'm gonna do when I come back is uninstall a couple of apps. As a high school girl, I've gotta be more responsible than that. And work on being more focused. Okay, I'm a high school girl, apparently. No more mindless scrolling through feed. Then I'm gonna... Wait, what's that under the bush? A wounded fox girl. Okay, with 2 pairs of ears. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it's like... That's pretty odd. I think she's breathing heavily. The blood is dripping down into the grass. How long has she been laying here for? Well, glad the first aid kit I always carry in my bag finally will get some use. I bandaged her wound. Hope that helps. I take a closer look at this interesting product of evolution. I don't think so. Maybe genetic modification? Evolution? I don't think so. What does she use the second set of ears for? I wonder. Does having 4 ears make her hear any better? I bring my lips closer to her head and gently blow on her ears. Censor that. PG. Oh, okay, I'm kidding. Her eyes open and she jumps up. So quick, as if her legs were never hurt. Fox girl, you cured me, and now you've got to take me home. What? Okay, sure, man. Well, that's rude. She didn't even thank me. I have to do it? Why? I heard that whenever humans find injured animals on the street, they take them home to take care of them. So you've got to do that too. You're a human after all. So you're telling me she was lying there pretending to be injured so she can be like taken home? What? Hold on for a moment. Didn't I just see you jump up? With your wounds, I thought you wouldn't even be able to walk. You call that a wound? You pitiful human. For a fox like me, that what you just saw was merely a scratch. You should be able to see what you should see what I'm able to pull off when I'm in my best shape. So are you gonna take me home or what? Merely a scratch, you say? Well, if you're doing alright, then there's no point in me taking you home, is there? She clearly did not think her plan through. What is her plan anyways? Can I please just come with you? It'll be better if I can be somewhere safe while I recover. So you do need to recover. She's being very annoying already. And another thing, as a high school girl, why do I have my own home? Taking her home would be the worst decision. Indeed, don't take strange animals home, kids. And what about the exams? I already wasted so much precious time talking to her. It's like less than 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't hurt. There's no way I'm committing myself to taking care of her every day. Unless, could I make use of this whole situation? What you waiting for? I'm not taking no as an answer. Well, does she have magic? If she has magic, I could probably use her for like instant studying capabilities, right? Plus the whole the whole plot of this story revolves around me taking her home, right? Well, let's just leave her here and see what it... Okay, nope. Not taking that as an answer. I'm going with you. No, you're giving me the illusion of choice, clearly. I just walked away hoping she'd leave me alone anyways, but I still hear her little steps behind me. Get away from me. You're too annoying. Now you're just being a big mean face. I don't care, just go and take care of your little scratches yourself. Dumb cat girl. Am I really being rude now? I hope so. I really don't need an injured naked girl to follow me home. Yeah. I'm glad you addressed that. Despite being a animal slash human girl thing, it's an injured and naked girl following you home. Why did you call me a cat girl? That's so mean. Well, you won. I'm gonna just sit here and cry now. She really did sit down, just what I wanted. I quickly left the situation and ran home. Honestly, I don't even regret it. This four-eared creature, there's something fishy about it. There's only one explanation to it. She's an evil spirit. If I did take her home, she'd probably eat me in my sleep the next night. Or, well, maybe she'd just annoy me every day and waste my time. Which I don't need, since there are exams going. She didn't follow me home though after I ran away, did she? Next day, going home from school. There's a test that I have to prepare for tomorrow. And then there's the exam that will take place the next day. Oh, I'm actually surprised the game didn't end right there and then. I thought by leaving her in there, there's be like, oh, congratulations, you got ending 1, or something like that. I don't feel excited going home at all since there's studying to do. And I can't let myself slack off. Is there someone in my house? I swear I saw someone through the window. Did my boyfriend show up already? That's great news. Okay. What is going on? Why is she here? And why is she wearing my plants? Hey, you remember me? I'm that fox from yesterday. Did you? Yes, I followed you home. I already washed your dishes and cleaned the floors in all the rooms. Now let me live here. What an opportunistic little girl. You said you cleaned the floors in all the rooms? Yep. And she did all that in like 4 hours that I wasn't home? What an incredible speed. Indeed. You bet. 4 hours for the work that I usually spend a whole day on. What else is she capable of? Can you please stay with me for these next 2 months? You'll really win me some time while I'm studying for exams. Haha, I knew you'd need help with your messy little hut. Hut? How many days have you been piling up the dishes in the sink? I'm not sure. Don't you know it's the first thing that attracts flies and parasites? If you were to live in the forest, you'd be dead by now. Well, I'm not living in the forest, so that does not apply to me. See, I don't live in the forest. Good for you. Pitiful, messy human. Alright, if you want it that much, I'll stay with you and do all of your chores. Well, now I feel like I lost out on the bet. I probably should have taken her home and like gained the initiative in this exchange. Anyways, are you gonna give me something to eat already? Oh, sure. Right. I myself haven't eaten anything in a long time now. I'll get to eat human food. I can't wait. As she danced around, I saw her bandages bleeding through and some even falling off. Hold on, I've got to take better care of your wounds first. You mean the scratches? Silly human. I grabbed all the needed stuff. We sat down. She kind of mumbled something to herself. Do humans also have names? Yeah, we do. What should I call you? Well, I'm a high school girl. What's a very high school girl name? You know what? You can just call me JK. JK? Yeah, I guess it sounds like a human enough name, sure. And I'm the Fox Girl. What an awful name. Your parents clearly didn't like you. Oh my god, I'm so brutal. Do you leave alone? No, I've got a boyfriend. Do Fox Girls know what boyfriends are? Does she have one? Where's he though? He's got a job in another town. Why am I living alone? I'm a high school girl, aren't I? He comes here on the weekends though. Sometimes he stays here for longer. Like right now. I'm sorry. For what? That must be pretty tough for you. Not only does she know what boyfriends are, but she's also aware of the pain that comes from being apart from for long periods of time. What do you understand? You're a fox. Hey, that's rude. Do you have a boyfriend? Well, why would I? I'm a fox. So, she jumped up from where she was sitting. Thanks for taking care of my scratches. She ran off. I guess she didn't really want to answer my question. I suppose. I mean, okay. We sat down to eat. She's surprisingly shy and polite at the table, despite all the energy she showed earlier. Get her some clothes, human. Get her some clothes. If you're a high school girl, I'm sure you have some high school girl clothes that would fit her. Thank you for the meal. I'm gonna go wash human dishes now. I'm still surprised that she's so eager to do that. Is she doing it just because she wants to live with me? Or does she actually like it? I think she was talking about how it's necessary to wash your dishes when you live in the forest. Why do fox girls even have dishes? Don't they eat raw meat with their bare hands? Also, I just noticed something really important. Yes, thank you! You shouldn't run around naked like that. Ooh, human will give me human clothes. That's not necessarily what I meant, but I suppose she never had any proper clothing anyway. Yep, why not? Let's go, I'll pick something out for you. Exciting! What's it gonna be? Searching for some clothes I don't wear that much. Here's some girly t-shirt with a creepy smiley face on it and a skirt. I wore this when I was 12. Here, I think this'll fit you. That's not too stylish. What does a wild animal know about style? Well, that would fit your taste what would fit your taste as better then? I don't think your closet will be able to provide me what I need, but let's give it a try. She looks around the few pieces of clothing I had laid on the bed. Here, these look pretty dank. A shirt and some shorts. Those are the clothes I still wear, but only on the hottest summer days. They show off too much of my skin. No, not these. These. Oh, these are the ones you like wearing yourself? Well, no, I mean, why are you blushing? I'm here to appreciate your fashion style. As if you'd know something about style. Look at what you're wearing. Being naked is also is always a good fashion choice. How can I trust this weird little kid with my clothing? Why don't you want to wear the t-shirt and the skirt? I don't want to look like a child. So rather than wearing that, you want to wear something that doesn't even fit you? What do you mean does not fit? It's just a bit oversized. How in the world did she get this sophisticated fashion vocabulary into her head? Anyways, I should decide. I mean, I've been awfully rude to her and she basically did all my chores, which, you know, I hate doing chores. If she's gonna keep doing my chores, I think that other than giving her a place to live and some food, like giving her some clothes is like the least I could do. Alright, you win. I knew it. Give me that. Finally, human clothes. These fit her surprisingly well. And she looks cool, a pretty teenage fox girl. Now I'm a real human lady. No you're not. You're still a weird fox girl. With that being said, what kind of a creature are you anyways? Oh, I'm just a fox girl. Just a fox girl? I haven't seen any fox girls ever in my life. Yeah, I should be a lot more concerned about there being a fox girl in the first place. Well, I guess it's time then. It's no wonder people don't really know about us. Also, that is why you shouldn't take me to the hospital. People won't know how to treat me. And they'll also spend too much time deciding whether I should see a regular doctor or a vet. I wasn't gonna take you to the hospital anyway. Good. These are just scratches anyway. The more she emphasizes that, the less I believe her that it's scratches. I feel like there's some foreshadowing that if we don't bring her to a hospital, the wounds would start like festering and stuff. Yeah. Is she lying when she's saying that the wounds aren't too bad? How did she get them anyway? The test as well as the exam went alright. The fox girl was busy cleaning the house. She didn't distract me all too much. Her leg seems to hurt her still, and I'm really worried. But I'm doing my best to take care of her with the little spare time that I have. I'm home. Where's the food? There's none left in this cold box in the kitchen. Where do humans get their food from? Can't you hunt? You're a fox after all. But my legs hurt, and you aren't allowing me to jump. Yeah, you're right. As much as I'd like to see her hunting skills in action, she shouldn't exercise too much while she's recovering. Let's go get some groceries. Groceries? What's that? Are they yummy? Depends. How is groceries more new of a word to her than fashion? So I took her to the usual convenience store. So much human food. I've never seen places like that before. You don't have stores in the forest? What a surprise. Stores? We do have them. Not to that extent though. I looked around a bit. I was anxious with taking the fox girl out in public like that. Residents of this town have probably never seen a fox girl, just like I never did. But surprisingly enough, no one looked at us too funny. Do people really not care? Do they think she's just cosplaying as a Neko girl? Maybe people dress up weirdly all the time around here and I just never noticed. Or maybe it's a well-known fact that four-eared fox girls are a thing. And I'm the only one who had no clue about it. Hey, these foods here look delicious. And those ones. How do you even decide? How do I decide? I'll take those that are the cheapest. I do have to refill my first aid kit, which will cost quite a bit. So we can't really be too greedy. Fair enough. But you're going to buy me a treat though, will you? I'm your pet after all. What? Since when? I never thought of her as a pet. But why's she to me then? Maybe it's too early to think about this right now. Can I just call her my friend? But we don't know each other well enough for that. Well, she's basically living with you, so I'd suggest that a friend is like the bare minimum. You gave me a place to live, so now I'm your pet. And when humans have pet, they pat them. And they also give them treats. I quickly took my hand back. What kind of treats do you want? Well, some kind of sweets maybe. I could go for some raw meat too. I can't hunt, but human food isn't really as tasty as blood-filled flesh. Dude, that's gross. No raw meat lunches in my house. How is cooked meat different from raw meat? You are such a prick. As someone who's concerned about parasites, you should know the difference. You know you can still make steaks retain some blood after cooking? This makes me wonder if fox girls ever cook their food. Me mentioning the word blood seemed to excite her a bit. Just buy me something. Should I let her continue on her forest habits of eating raw food? Or should I let her study something completely new about cooking? Well, let's see. Why am I making these choices? Okay, if I were to think about this from a animal perspective, whenever you bring a hurt animal home, you don't try to domesticate them. You try to provide them what they would naturally have in the wild. So let's say you bring home an injured cat or even your pet cat. It's actually not healthy to give them human food like rice, veggies, even cooked meats. Because, well, that's something fit for a human. And it's really more suggested to give them specially formulated cat food used for feeding cats. So I'm gonna choose raw meat because that's like their natural food, right? Whoa, yummy! But again, you're gonna have to cook it. Yeah, just give me that. She held onto the piece of meat like her whole life depended on it. Just like that, the shopping proceeded. The fox girl didn't want to let go of the meat the entire time, hugging it. We got home and started putting away the groceries. As I put the rice in the cupboard and turned around, I saw the fox girl licking the piece of meat. Ugh, nasty. Stop that. She finally put the piece of meat away, though she didn't seem to regret doing whatever she did to it. Okay, man. You know what? Let's cook it together. This didn't seem to excite her. Do we have to? I bought it under the conditions that we would cook it. This didn't seem to convince her. Well, whatever. Let's get into it. I'm not letting this expensive, delicious meat get licked by some nasty forest creature. I better have it cooked as soon as possible. Yoshi. That actually looks not half bad. Look at that. Golden brown, lots of juices. The oil, you can see it's popping, which shouldn't be the case, but well, probably it has fats mixed with water. Yeah, cool stuff. Oh, and you can see that she has a tan line here. I show her all the steps, although I'm not very good at it myself. I just let her do most of the work so I can blame her later. Now you should just let the meat fry. You can leave it like that for about 10 minutes. Also, I'm a horrible person. I was literally planning on gaslighting this poor girl. Well, I guess I'm about to. I don't know. Wow, your description of it makes me even more hungry. Yeah, and you were the one who wanted to eat it raw. It even smells delicious now that it's heated up. Good point. So did I convert you to the high cuisine culture? I still need to have a bite of this to decide. After some time, we sat down to eat. The very first bite made me realize she undercooked it. I probably should have continued guiding her until the very end and not have her decide on when to call it done for herself. You're right, that's actually better than raw meat. I want to be kind to No, it tastes like garbage. It's still raw. What? I hope you wouldn't notice that. Well, I did notice, and I'm kind of disappointed. I'm sorry. I can still eat it though. For how raw it is, you did a good job marinating it. Oh, I did? Hey, I'm not being rude this time. I thought I would have called her food like trash. But why didn't you point out I was doing something wrong before it was too late? You didn't really help me cook it in any way. Well, I trust you to make the right decisions. You agreed to cook the meat, and that alone is great. From there on, whatever wrong decisions you make just adds to your learning experience. Wow, I'm actually being helpful here. Like I'm teaching her, not just berating her. I was still there to guide you though. If you were to do something that would destroy the meal, I would have stepped in immediately. Obviously, I don't want my money to go to waste. But still, I made the meal worse than it could be. For you at least. Sure. But I trust you to get better at it and make it okay next time. Alright, I'll do it. Thanks. I will become a master chef and cook perfect, not raw, but not cooked either steaks. What a sudden flow of motivation. I'm glad. Make sure you enjoy doing it as well. Now wash the dishes and get out of my sight. Yep, I'm back at it. Thank you. I went to my room to continue studying. I was about to finish my 12th Pomodoro session as the fox girl walked into my room. She didn't seem to want to disturb me and just kind of went to sit on the bed. You washed the dishes already? I asked without looking up from my notes. Yeah? Silence. A bit of an awkward silence. How's your leg doing? Well, it hurts sometimes. Why did you walk into my room anyway? Do you need me for something? Not really. Then she stands up and walks closer to my desk, as if curious about what I'm doing. You're being kind of creepy. Were you just wanting to stalk around here? What do you mean stalk? I'm just curious. She takes a look at my notes. Your handwriting's really pretty. Well, thanks. I've got to write as clearly as possible. That way I have an easier time reading and learning what I wrote. Sounds fancy, indeed. How does a forest creature know anything about handwriting anyway? You think I can help you out in your exams? No, it's too complicated for a little fox girl like yourself. I'm not little, I'm actually very well versed in math. For example, did you know that 46 plus 30 is 76? I knew that. Wow, how impressive. What's 999 plus 721 then? Wait, that's 1720, right? What? Their numbers past 99? I wasn't thought that. Are you trying to joke with me? Yeah, that's roughly what I expected. She looks like she would be in middle school right now. But her math skills didn't seem to go beyond the second grade. Yeah, you don't look like you'd really deal with stuff like sinus and cosinus. Sinus? As in the snot? The one that comes out of your nose? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like sine and cosine, right? Huh? That was my reaction when I first learned about trigonometric functions and probability theory and integrals. Oh, the pain. I thought we were talking about math. Why are you mentioning those funny words? Boy, do I have news for you, little girl. Am I scaring her too much right now? Poor girl, I can imagine her anxiety seeing all this complicated stuff she had no idea about. She stares at all the funny numbers and expressions on the page. Do you think you can still help me with that? The fox girl doesn't seem afraid or confused like I expected. She seems rather interested and excited. This looks fancy. Are you saying you'll understand all of this stuff? Yeah, well, I do my best. That's all you can do in math, your best. I began explaining some of the notes to her. That's so cool, I want to be like you. That's not something I expected to hear. Do you think you can teach me some of these? Well... Ideally, you should start with learning numbers past 100 for now. Alright, can you teach me? I'd love to, sure, but I have more important stuff to do. I point at my notes. But I should still have some of my old textbooks around here. You can look for them in the back of the bookshelves in the living room. I'll allow you to snoop around there if you want. That means I can read your stuff. Thanks. Was it a good idea to let her do that? I don't see why not. She was about to run off already. But I'm too entertained with her to just let her go like this. By the way, who did this to your leg? She stopped and turned around to look at me. I just tripped. Clearly not. That is obviously a lie. No, please tell me the truth. I was trying to fight someone. Okay. I've never thought this tiny fox girl would be the one initiating the fight. I tried to fight someone tougher than me. That sounds like a dumb decision. You think so? It's a dumb decision to fight anyone stronger without preparing. Why do you think I wasn't prepared? You look pretty weak. I know I'm a tiny fox, so what? It doesn't mean there's no way I could win. Why did you decide to fight anyways? Were you just looking for some adventure? No, it was actually something super serious. He has something I don't have, something very important to me. And I really need to take it. So you're going to steal it? No. He doesn't even need this thing. Still a bad reason. You won't understand anyway. Forget it. then why did she follow me home, right? Like, what's the story behind this? Yeah, I'm also dying to know, and it does sound a little fishy. I mean, even if she was an evil spirit, she's clearly doing me no harm right now. I first thought it'd be too much for my budget to handle, but now that we can stop living on pizzas and instant noodles, it's actually okay. She became an actual pro at cooking steaks and absolutely. I'm glad I bought her the meat now, right? She tries to make some other meaty meals, but they're not as great. What's really surprising to me is that she stopped showing interest in raw meat at all. I guess she really liked cooked stuff. And I consider this a success on my part. The girl is still cleaning the house regularly, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. The exams are still going. I hate how they have to be in between the actual classes too. So I'm loaded with homework plus preparation every day. And I still haven't decided on what job I want to pursue after that and what I want to study. Yeah, man. It's a tough decision. But if you ever need to, choosing what you want to do after college and especially going into college, like, damn, is because you're gonna be doing that for the next majority of your life, next half of your life, right? You don't want to choose something you'd hate or like not enjoy. The last year of high school is just the worst. Too much suffering. Glad I have my little pet friend though, so I don't fall into complete despair. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have for this one, so I'm gonna stop here and I'll make a second part. So yeah, as always, till next time.